Hey guys, I'm Dov, and today I'm back with more Total War Warhammer 2 online action. Today we're back with another themed 2v2. I've gathered together a few community members for a fun battle for you guys. So let's get straight to the builds here. We've got the Alliance of Men facing off against a combined Chaos army of Norskins and Beastmen. Bretonnia and the Empire are going to be led by Balthazar Gelt and King Lewin Leoncoeur on a crusade up here into the north. Armies have been caught. Unfortunately, you can see here up against this cliff area, and they are surrounded, so they've decided to form up this defensive position and, hold their ground here. In terms of the armies, we've got, of course, Balthazar and Lewin, Hippogriff Knights, a whole bunch of Outriders with grenade launchers, mounted yeoman archers. We've got Witch Hunters, gold chevron halberdiers with gold chevron men-at-arms with polearms. Very good defensive strategy here. I say good slightly sarcastically. Great swords, the back line being held by Peasant Mob, which is totally reliable 100%. Damsel Lore of Life. And, yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the Norskins and the Beastmen. Very, very wide army here. Lots of forces hidden in the wood. Sons of Goros, Centaurs, Hounds, Harpies, Armored Skin Wolves. We've got Berserkers, Famir, Balefiend Lore of Fire. Gorbel is protecting Malagor currently. Beastmen have got Ungor Spearmen. And over here we've already got an engagement with the Yeoman Archers getting caught out a little bit here by Famir. Berserkers have been taking some grenade shots to the face. These Marauder Spearmen also taking some grenades to the face as well. We've got more Harpies, Ungor Spearmen. The Hounds came up from the corner, intercepted a lot of these light cav, but unfortunately the Hippogriff Knights right on station to just immediately terrify them away. But yeah, unfortunately, getting these Outriders caught up with the grenade launchers is definitely a big mistake. Should be probably pulling them back to maybe try and get to this corner here. But currently just kind of forming up in the front line, trying to get some more fire, but the fast cav, and here come the Hounds. Oh man, if one Hound gets into contact, that's enough to cause the poison, and oh, it looks like they're so close. Are they going to get it? Ooh, ooh. Oh yeah, they get that unit for sure, and it's just a matter of time before they get that unit as well. Actually, this one from the side just intercepts there, so a light cavalry engagement not going great for the Empire so far. Their skirmish phase, definitely underwhelming a little bit here, but Searing Doom very nicely dropped on those Centaurs there, doing some really good damage, very cost-effective against that, high value, low armor. Same thing with that Awakening in the Wood, also slowing those units down. Very nicely done, helping those light cavalry disengage. But so far, bounce power pretty even. Malagor has summoned up a Cygor here, and the Norskin kind of second wave is making its way over. The first wave of Beastmen is about to crash into the lines here, so we'll soak up some cinematics of the grenades going off, the Bretonian men-at-arms holding the line here, shoulder to shoulder with their Empire counterparts. You can see Lewin and his Hippogriff swooping down, trying to break up the Chaos advance a little bit here. And yeah, these gold chevron halberdiers will do quite well in holding the line here, especially with the leadership support of that Grail Relic nearby. Maybe a little bit of friendly fire, but 30 attack, 53 defense, expert charge defense, more Searing Doom from Balthazar as well. So yeah, definitely some back and forth here. And oh man, Lewin barely gets back up into the air before those Sons of Goros close the gap there. That was too close. But maybe some of those Hippogriff Knights were still on the ground. It looks like, yep, a couple of them did get stuck on the ground there. So those two models probably going to get dragged down. You can see the Chaos forces just crashing like waves into the Order Alliance here. And the Famir Balefiend getting into the front line as well. So far, Order Alliance holding quite well. This huge blob of light cav, though, is just asking for Cygor rocks. And he's delivering here. Another massive throw incoming. Going to just crush these Outriders here. Doing a ton of damage, and oh man, this Burning Head though, this is just gonna overcast Burning Head, roast through Outriders, state troops, yeomen, men-at-arms alike, just absolutely decimating this flank. And that right there just got 93 kills in a single go, pretty much, more or less. So yeah, that's going to wreck this entire top of the hill flank. And then the Norskin forces, the Beastmen had been beaten back a little bit there, but the Norskins now in the second wave going to start to collapse through. And the Chaos forces, realizing that this backline is really only being held by peasant mobs, going to start to crash through them, rout them off, and collapse the formation here. The Hippogriffs are doing a good job, dropping some terror bombs in key places though, holding things back. A lot of the state troops still relatively healthy. great swords with 88, although here comes a Cygor Rock. Will it connect? Will it hit those Harpies? It didn't hit the Harpies, and it just wrecks those great swords. So, yeah, Balthazar, unfortunately, getting tangled up with the Harpies isn't great. He definitely needs to disengage. He probably would beat them in a sustained melee, but you really don't want to be taking a lot of damage on your Lord like that. And, oh, man, quite a bit of a stutter there. That was weird. Anyway, you can see up that top flank, that Burning Head, and another Burning Head just roasting through these Halberdiers here. Oh, man, just carving a path through the defensive geometry of the Empire, even roasting out a few Berserkers there for good measure. But yeah, oh man, that just wrecked those two units of chevroned up Halberdiers. Excellent value generated there. And where's that Balefiend at? He is an absolute menace. 135 kills on some ranked up halberd units. Excellent, excellent stuff. Oh man, looks like a Malagor dropping a Vile Tide there as well, giving a map-wide vigor refresh. That is going to put most of these guys to tired or very tired. Looks like a handful still exhausted, but yeah, if he keeps spamming those cheap spells, that's going to refresh the vigor. Gorbel coming back. Pretty much hasn't been opposed this entire time, just, you know, pulling through, so we're going to go ahead and go for a ride along with Gorbel and just admire the scenery. As chaos reigns in the background, you can see the forces of order, the forces of men, trying to hold the line here desperately, but at this point the crusade is not going particularly well. The northern, you know, barbarians, if you will, definitely holding this particular engagement, and oh man, is that another Burning Head? Oh, just absolute brutality. Balefiend, you know, giving a wave to Gorbel as he runs past. Gorbel, you got to do something, man. He's just running around. We're gonna go after the Balefiend here. Ooh, Awakening of the Wood does quite a bit of damage and blows up those Ungor Spearmen, slows them down nicely, but at this point, army losses quickly approaching. Scattered forces of order trying to regroup here. You can see Balthazar and King Lewin coming together finally and trying to finish things off. Maybe they'll swing down, try and save this Witch Hunter, but yeah, there's just so many chaos forces all over the field. It's really quite chaotic, no pun intended, and sort of pun intended, because yeah, chaos wins this time, guys. If you couldn't tell by the balance of power rapidly shifting towards critical army losses, this is going to be a victory for the Northerners on their home turf. And you know, we had tried to pick a different map. This is one of those ones that I don't remember exactly which map we tried, but it just defaulted to Varg Camp, so it was like, hey, you know what, this is still kind of thematic. Norska's here with the Beastmen. We could just say it's like a crusade or whatever, so yeah. At this point, it's pretty much just Lewin holding out with a few key forces here. Lewin with, yeah, Grail Relic over there still, for some reason, still online. But for all intents and purposes, this is game over. So, fun battle. Big thanks to everyone involved. And King Lewin gives up the fight there, and that's it. So Malagor and Wulfric there able to win the day. Big thanks to Romulan Dog, Hitman Fluppy, Black Phillip, and Shetland Apache there. So a lot of these guys are tournament players. Don't take these builds too seriously, though. Again, we were just having some fun. I told them I wanted to get a thematic battle, so they put this together for me. So a big thanks to them for joining. And yeah, in terms of the breakdown here, Romulan Dog, infantry kind of got beat up a little bit there, but the Centaurs definitely paying for themselves. 113, 122. Hounds also getting into the cookie jar. 65, 45, not bad at all. 0 kills on this unit of Harpies. I'm not sure if they have that chevron before, but I think they're the ones that did a ton of damage to Balthazar. Norska, Wulfric, 62 kills, not bad. 156 on that Famir Balefiend, and those Burning Heads, I think, are ultimately what won the game for Norska and Beastmen, because they were, you know, they just did so much shock damage, plus leadership debuff, plus terror-causing units nearby, potentially. I didn't catch if there actually were, but regardless, just the shock damage and the leadership effect was enough to rout off those Halberdiers. So, yeah, the gold chevron Halberdiers, nice idea, but didn't particularly work out. Famir also doing quite well. 21 kills on Skin Wolves, weren't really challenged too much. The Witch Hunters, 66 and 74. Those guys racking up the kills there. Unfortunately, the Outriders getting caught up in the beginning was pretty rough. They did end up getting some good volleys on the Beastmen later on, but, you know, a bit of an overinvestment there, you might say. In terms of Shetland's build here, I mean, Peasant Mobs, I thought it was pretty hilarious that they were holding that entire back line, but triple Grail Relic to support your teammate kind of makes sense. Men-at-Arms with polearms, again with gold chevrons. These guys don't have expert charge defense, so I'm not 100% sure what that's about. They're quite expensive, but Royal Hippogriff Knights, 78 kills, 2 XP chevrons. These guys definitely pretty effective. Again, the light cavalry engagement not going well, I definitely think was pretty rough. They could have used those missiles to pretty good effect to help support that infantry line and break up some of the infantry of Norska and the Beastmen, which they did to a degree, but yeah, getting caught out by the hounds and stuff was definitely pretty rough. But anyway, very fun battle. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you do like this sort of content, be sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification button so every time I upload a new video, you'll be notified. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time.